Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Guys, welcome back to another episode of The Cave Podcast. Inshallah ta'ala, today we're going to be discussing AI. We have someone that's flown all the way over from the United States of America over to the UAE to be a panelist, inshallah ta'ala, for the next few episodes to discuss some of the very, very important implications that AI is bringing about for business owners. Now, just to give you a background into Brother Jihad here, Allah Barak, he's consulted for multiple Y Combinator startups. He's one of the official consultants on their vendor list. You've also, Allah Barak, consulted Alphabet, which is a company that owns Google. And you worked at Amazon, mashallah, tabarakallah, as well.
Engineering manager, the whole
thing, Allah Barak.
Whole gambit, yeah.
And what Jihad currently does is that he brings his AI expertise to businesses that are service-based businesses that are heavily dependent on human resources and human capital, and he operationalizes them so they function like SaaS businesses. So you can now scale service-based businesses, agencies, so on and so forth, the way that you would scale a software with the benefit of AI, Allah Barak. And mashallah, tabarakallah, you're good at what you do. He was telling me he's never, ever lost a client in his life. In fact, he sacked a client once. And pretty much, I would say close to 100% of all of your clients have come from referrals.
Yeah. A lot of them are just like, I need you to work with my friend. I need you to work with my colleagues, getting, part of venture portfolios as well is them saying that, hey, you worked with one of our portfolio. I need you ASAP on this other guy. So alhamdulillah, it's been a great journey.
Barakallah feek. So a great shift that he's done, I think, and it's a huge service for us, is that he was focusing on bringing his AI knowledge to other technology businesses. But he realized those guys have that background. He's going to bring his AI expertise and knowledge to guys that do not have technology backgrounds. So I think that will very much benefit our audience. Of course, we have Sheikh Ebrahim to my right. How you doing, Sheikh?
Good, alhamdulillah, Sheikh.
As far as you're concerned, you saw him last week, but I haven't seen him for like 2 weeks probably. We have Sam, Amin. How you doing, Habib? Okay?
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. So there's been a lot of developments right now. I want to start off by talking about the most recent deal that Elon Musk has signed with Anthropic.
Anthropic, yep.
So this is interesting, right? Because Anthropic had a big deal with the Pentagon.
Yep.
They lost that now for apparent moral,
right,
reasons. And Sam Altman came with OpenAI.
Yep.
That kind
with
of
open arms,
with
ready
open arms,
to
right? With open
jump
arms.
in, yeah.
But I thought initially, okay, this is going to put Anthropic in a disadvantageous position. But now you've got Elon Musk, who's now facilitating his data centers now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So, Elon Musk owns his own AI company too. It's called XAI, right? And so he had all these, servers and compute capacity, supercomputers, right? On standby because, XAI is not as big as, Claude or OpenAI.
Oh, so he already had them there.
So he already had them there, right? And so this is in contrast to the problem Anthropic is having, which is they went from 9 billion to about $30 billion in the last 3 months.
So I want to take some steps back just so everyone follows, right?
Yeah.
So why is compute an issue here?
Yeah, I mean, look.
And what does that have to do with the money?
Yeah. So, look, when we look at globally, right, the amount of capacity needed to run these models at scale, it's massive, like entire server farms. There's about $500 billion of investment right now between all the mega AI companies right now to just increase compute. So compute is like, let's say the oil that like allows these AI engines to run. So if you cannot, if you don't have enough fuel, you're not going to be able to keep up with demand. If demand is not met, they will just go over to a competitor.
So it's a hardware issue.
So you could call it like a hardware limitation, right? Being able to scale.
So whatever computing power or resources Anthropic had, it basically used
it was not enough. And you know what? I don't blame them. To go from $9 billion to $30 billion in 3 months is historic. It's never been done before.
In revenue, you mean?
In revenue, run rate. Yeah. It's never been done before. There's so much more I could say about it, but just the growth is astronomical. They hit their year goal, their 2026 goal in the first quarter. So I just want to put it into context. Like,
was that mainly because of Claude Code?
Claude Code, Claude Design, they've been coming out with new tools every week now, right? And this is part of the reason why they've been growing so fast. They're just at a scale now that's truly impressive for the company. And so, yeah, the thing is they don't have enough compute. Like, literally, they're having outages every other week. And so they made this deal with, ironically, I say ironically, with Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is on record saying Anthropic is an evil company.
Really?
Yeah, there's like, I mean, look, Elon's also biased. Why? Because he owns his own AI company. Obviously, he's not gonna be like, yeah, Anthropic is doing really good, right? But now, for mutual benefit, obviously, as capitalism works, always ready to compromise there. Anthropic has $5 billion, a contract with XAI for $5 billion a year to use their compute and to scale up demand. What it really outlines is that, like, one, growth is massive in usage, in actual revenue. I'm not talking about speculation. I'm not talking about valuations. I'm talking about actual cash collected revenue. They're growing. Claude is growing at a rate unseen with any other company.
Okay, question. Yep. So OpenAI, they use Microsoft's data centers, correct?
Yeah, they're using a lot of Azure servers right now. Yep.
And I heard that they were basically they're not able to afford the rent or something along those lines.
Also, what is OpenAI's recurring revenue right now?
So,
sorry, Chef.
The exact number I have to check back on.
Is it 30 billion, less, more?
It's less than 30 billion. Okay. For sure. Yeah, they're not as I mean,
the recurring revenue.
Not the recurring revenue. I think they're sitting around 16 to 17 billion.
Oh wow! It's almost double the recurring revenue.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. And
so Anthropic's recurring revenue is 30 billion.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
that was reported.
30 billion reoccurring
revenue.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Annually, reported at the end of Q1 of this year. So it's massive.
Hello, hey. Guys, let me tell you about AI. Now, I'm not a technical guy at all, but guess what? I'm making money through AI with Allah's permission. So if I can do it, then you can too, because I'm the kind of guy that's like, hey, why is the computer off? And it's because it's not plugged in. But with that said, by Allah's permission, they're making money through AI. Now, I used to hear people always say AI helps you save money. AI helps you, save time, make more money. But I didn't know how, because just like you, most likely, my relationship with ChatGPT was a Google search engine type of relationship. That was the extent to which it would go. Until I met a brother called Jihad. Jihad Iqbal, he is the founder of Liberate Labs. He is a consultant for Y Combinator startups. He has consulted for Google and worked for Amazon. And now he helps service-based business owners become AI savvy. In simple terms, he will bring AI systems into your business that are custom, specific to you, and he will help you save money and make more money. He's doing it for us, and he's doing it for others inside of our network of high net worth entrepreneurs and investors. And like I said, he's doing it for 50 clients currently. So if you want to know about how you can bring AI into your business, start saving money and making money and overcoming those inconsistent human dependencies that are so annoying, then book a link below with our brother, because this is the top 1% of the online AI space. He's in the top 1% of the AI space, probably top 0.01% of the Muslim AI space. Back your brothers, link below, let's go.
What book are you currently reading?
I'm currently reading 3 books. I'll tell you one of them. Spin Selling.
One line from this book, if you were to give it to someone who'd give it to from straight away.
Most people who do sales, they ask a lot of problem questions. They think, hey, just by identifying the pain, I'm going to make money. But actually, the things that close the biggest deals are agitating the pain by asking implications of those problems. So when you can implicate the problem and quantify it, that's most likely to close the deal. And I know people do that, but they ask like 1 or 2. Really should ask like 10 to 12. The more implication questions you ask when you agitate the pain from 12 different angles, he starts crying, he wants to give you money. But look at the crazy situation. So that's how much is recurring revenue, right? But how much are they spending? How much do they spend?
That's a good question, right? So they're not. I don't believe they're. They're not profitable. None of these.
They're not break even yet.
Yeah, they're not break even. They're still raising rounds. So right now, Anthropic is raising about $400 million, $500 billion for their next round. There's speculation that like they're all gonna do an IPO soon.
Public,
OpenAI and
OpenAI is thinking already.
yeah, OpenAI is positioning for it. Roughly, their valuations, OpenAI and Anthropic, are similar, but I think that's now diverging. You're seeing like clear winners and losers coming out of it, and it's not uncommon to raise these crazy amounts of money even when you're not profitable, because that's their model. They're like, we will be a loss leader as long as it takes to just get growth, get traction, to get as many users in the door, and then once they're locked in,
we forget them.
Start charging, increase the prices, double the prices. The main thing is like get them locked in. This is the same thing what Uber did, right? Uber was a loss leader for insane amount of time.
Yeah.
They got all the users on the platform.
But so was Facebook.
Same with Amazon as well.
Same thing with Amazon, right? So it's
I
just
think
a common
that's standard for
strategy.
technology companies, but this just seems
On another level. Yeah.
But what's XAI's plan?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because he's combining the IPO, right? Potentially.
with
SpaceX, Tesla, putting everything together potentially on the IPO.
okay. So this would increase the value of the.
That's the word on the street.
the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Are they considered under the same holding and company, and that's
That's
supposed
what
to be the
what's
IPO?
it's not verified, of course, bro. But the word on the street is yes, because that's how he's going to make his investors that originally invested in SpaceX profitable by combining all of them. Because I think he raised 20 billion just from private investors, private funders. So you need to.
But the one good thing going for him there would be this to lump in this 5 billion revenue that's coming.
Correct. Yes. So it seems like
So
that's
it
seems like that's the way he's trying to go.
So this should put him right up there with AWS.
Not exactly, because they're not like they're not officially a cloud service.
Correct. Yeah.
They're not like, when I say cloud service, what do I mean? They're not like a cloud infrastructure provider. They just had extra infrastructure that they're renting out to Anthropic, but their business model isn't around that, right? It's simply because XAI is orders of magnitude less. I mean, a lot of people I never even heard of XAI, right? So it's just order of magnitudes less, and they just have the hardware, which is Elon's specialty. He's a hardware guy. He's very much an engineer forward guy, and so it's just a mutual benefit.
So I have a question. When we hear these things, right? What does that signal for us as business owners? Like, what does that signal? What should we expect over the next quarters of this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to look at like implications, right? And I'm just presenting facts, right? For 3x increase in Claude usage, right, just implies AI adoption is growing massively, right? That's whether it's on the consumer side, on the business side, more than 50% of all usage of all AI compute is in software engineering. Okay, like they call it tokens. Tokens represents like a unit of usage, let's say, for AI usage. 50% of all AI tokens across all the models across everywhere, right, is just on coding, software engineering, right, of using AI.
Wow.
So there's second order and third order implications of it, but I think the first fact is AI usage is still increasing, and we talk about a bubble, right? A bubble being like all these insane valuations, right? It depends on continued increase of usage of AI. That's the fundamental, and I think everything is
going in the right direction.
The indication is that to a large degree that to.
But this gives me anxiety. I mean, it's just that we just indicates how essential it is for us to get adopt AI in our companies at the highest possible level.
Yeah, I mean, there's anxiety, there's risk, there's opportunity, right? I think whenever there's any like market shift happening, right, I think it's important to take a step back and realize what is the bigger picture of our businesses, right? Let's put aside personal for now, right? That's coming up, I believe. But on a business side, if you have a competitor, right? Let's say you're a service-based firm or whatnot, and you look at option A, you're a legacy company, you have been in the game for a little while, but everything's operational, everything's manual. You can't scale. You have to hire many more people, right? And you're just stuck in a very operational heavy firefighting mode. Let's just say that's the typical service firm, right? And we've all been there. Option B, right, is when you have a newcomer who is like, instead of 30 people, it's 5 people. And these 5 people are killers. They're A players, all using AI, moving very quickly, right? They're able to deliver a quality of service, disrupt the market in a way that's very difficult for option A to keep up with. And that compounds over time, the gap.
So I guess this is where you come in, right? Because people like us, we would really benefit from having someone like you come in as a fractional CTO and then just build these systems and operations out for us.
That's my positioning. That's where I'm like really wanting to where I see the curve, like just being in it day in, day out. I've worked with 50 plus products and service-based companies now, and the trend I see is a specific one, which is everyone thinks about AI in a software, SaaS context, right? But where I see the biggest disruption is in service delivery. I'm talking about your marketing firms. I'm talking about your accounting firms, lawyers, service providers. I work with HVAC technicians, right? Contractor coordination. The idea is there's so much logistical, operational complexity, and whenever you have a lot of people, and that operational complexity is a bottleneck that can be addressed meaningfully with AI if done in the right way. We are at the very, very, very beginning of that. People have not figured out properly. AI adoption is still very low. Why? It's a new technology. It's been only out for a couple of years. People are not tech fluent, right? AI literate yet, right? People are getting there. But what I'm seeing in the next 5 years is that there will be like a flip where this operational complexity, people will figure out how to use these tools. People will figure out how to use it reliably. And those service-based firms that are AI enabled, AI optimized, will be working 10x better.
It will become like website, right? And I think, bro, and of course you know better than me, I don't think even if it's 5 years, it's much sooner. So we have a very limited window of opportunity.
I'm accounting for human error.
Yeah. We have a very limited opportunity to take advantage. It's just going to become like how you have website.
Become the new norm.
I think people should go to the link below and book a call.
Yeah.
I would say, bro, out there to say even 12 to 18 months, I would say. We have a very limited window to take advantage, because in 12 to 18 month window, I think it's very hard for you to be a top 5% user of AI figuring things out. Limited window.
100%.
Couple of takes for you, bro. So just stepping back. So Anthropic and the growth is phenomenal, right? Double OpenAI at the moment in revenue.
Roughly, yeah.
Whereas if you just go back 6 months or maybe around, maybe even, I think 12 months would be too far back. Maybe just 6 months ago, it was not the case.
Yeah.
We all understood ChatGPT and AI to us. There's a lot of AI, but to us, the layman, I'm talking about the guy, I'm in my 40s.
All of us, yeah,
Right.
ChatGPT. Yeah.
We only understood ChatGPT. Right, Sheikh Imran taught me about Claude. And when I started using it, I realized, hey,
That ChatGPT is a retard.
so what did Claude do different, or Anthropic do differently versus OpenAI that caused them to surge ahead and OpenAI to now get left behind? Whereas these guys had the first mover advantage. OpenAI, ChatGPT had the first mover advantage, and they've lost that. What do you see as the biggest mistake that or lesson that you could draw out of that?
This is a fantastic question, because I think it gets to such a foundation of like where is behavior changing towards preference of using AI, where And a lot of people ask. I mean, yesterday Sheikh Uthman was like, "Which model do I use? Which model? I mean, there's 10 different models now. Which model do I use? Right? Why did Claude differentiate
Did you do a
itself?"
podcast with him in the end?
I wasn't able to. I had. It was unfortunate, but I'll catch him in the US, inshallah. And the internet can fact check me about the exact revenue of OpenAI, but I believe Claude is significantly ahead, especially in growth. And the reason behind it has to do with everything of a term that's become very popular, and it's called taste. Have you heard this term of taste before? So it's fascinating because taste is think of it as having an opinion, right? An opinionated viewpoint of how something should be. Everyone, when they use OpenAI, they're experiencing OpenAI's taste because they're telling the agent to act in a certain way. When they ask you something, answer in this kind of way, right? When you're doing something, I want you to perform in that kind of way. These are direct instructions that are embedded into not just ChatGPT, but even Claude, even Gemini. All the models have a certain amount of reflection of what the company believes that the user wants and will benefit from. Now, the reason why it's diverged, a lot of accounts are saying, is that Claude is just more helpful. It's less about, and it's more opinionated in a way to get you results rather than to make you feel good. They say that ChatGPT, when you interact with it, it'll just say
agreeable.
It's very agreeable.
So annoying.
And that is an intentional decision by OpenAI. So you've noticed it, Sheikh. So they make it so that, the user always feels smart. The user always will feel, and it feels good for a little while, right? Until you realize it's taking you completely in the wrong direction.
Criticism of that. So why have they not changed it?
And, they fine tune it a little bit, but it's kind of once you build all these layers and layers,
it's hard to go back.
It's hard to go back.
Really, huh?
Yeah, because now to some degree even users are used to it, right? So you risk now alienating some of your users.
The other point I think you also mentioned is that Sam Altman lost most of his senior team.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that kind of put OpenAI in a crippling situation.
The founders of Anthropic were previous OpenAI brother and sister, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
This Dario guy.
Yes.
Yep, he used to be on the OpenAI team.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. They lost their CTO and
their chief AI officer, Ilya.
Skill set moved.
Yeah, the skill set moved. Yeah, they still have some of the best talent in the world, but they don't have the original talent that made it special, I think.
I understand one is the opinionated stuff, but
yeah,
I'm going to go back to the basics. I'm a basic guy. When I used both tools, I forget the opinions and whether ChatGPT agrees with me and Claude doesn't, because if I wanted to, I could make Claude agree with me. But the output, if I ask both for a document, I get a professional grade document
from Claude.
Yeah. ChatGPT will forget halfway what I even asked for.
Yeah.
Proper retard.
Yeah, the performance
is shockingly. It's a bad, it's an A player,
yes,
versus a C player.
Yeah.
In terms of output, and I see that primarily for me is why I use Claude more now. It's a bit slower to act.
Yeah,
ChatGPT is a lot faster, but I get a better result from Claude versus this.
Yeah.
Also the connectivity, it's connected to my Gmail, to my Google Drive, to my ClickUp, to everything.
Claude
so I'm the dumb guy. I haven't done all the stuff
of it
yet.
is connected, Chef. So it's collecting
it's very much
intel
tied to workflows, right? Work-related things.
Yeah.
A lot of usage is, it's nice to use GPT to figure out, what you're gonna make for dinner. That's great, right?
Yeah, I use ChatGPT as a search engine, on crack.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great search engine, but I don't use it for work.
Yeah,
I can't use it for work.
Yeah, and that's where Claude, I think, has also created a huge gap in. Is they have specifically, I believe, build all these things, skills, plugins, all these connectors.
And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of their revenue comes from businesses,
of course,
which obviously pay more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whereas ChatGPT is more just like normal retail guys.
Yeah,
retail
right.
businesses.
It's much more of a consumer product, you could say, right? Where Claude, I think, has the consumer to a
It's more
degree,
business.
but it's a lot more business. If I were to even like when we do our workshop, I'm just going to be like, hey, like, listen, there's 10 models, ignore 9 of them, just use Claude. Like, but the gap is so
Yeah.
wide.
It's been almost close to, I think, 2 months now. They haven't responded to any email through my Gmail. Always through Claude.
Really?
Because it's connected, so it knows all the
Nice.
behaviors of my investors, the Google Meet transcript of the same guy. So it knows exactly what's happening on a very high level.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Sheikh,
No, go.
Sheikh, then you mentioned regarding the opportunities, especially for service-based and operational intensive businesses. So very interesting. I see a massive opportunity for all businesses, be they service-based and or manufacturers, and
Yeah.
I'm biased to manufacturing. I've done that for 20 years. So just thinking back to my days there, and you can agree or disagree with me, I've always had to change my business to suit the software I'm buying. So if I had to go into SaaS, SAP, SAP, right? I literally, I mean, it was a nightmare. And guaranteed, I can't invoice for 3 months because they never get the implementation right.
They have whole teams just to try to implement it in your business.
And they always get it
mess
wrong,
up,
right?
Yeah.
And trust me, I mean, Unilever's done it, Coca-Cola's done it, whoever's switched over, everyone got screwed over. They just never get it right.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that I wanted in my business that I've had to change because the software
Couldn't support it.
couldn't support or it's too costly to customize to how I want things. So I've got to change my business, literally. And I see with the proper skill set and someone that understands, with a proper coder using AI, whichever model, and a good workflow brain, I think they could develop fantastic software for businesses. Let's check Sheikh Imran as a business.
Right.
I mean, end to end, whatever he needs could be built,
Customized, you mean like a
customized.
customized solution.
So you have
faster, better,
But that's what he does.
and all in one. That's what you do.
For every individual. So he's got 50 clients. Each and every single one of them, he's made
a
a
different
bespoke, custom product for them.
So they're running their own system.
Their own
Be
SaaS.
it, so you could take, let's say, financial services, which a client needs. Generally, they would use QuickBooks or whatever they use. Then they would have a different operational system that gives them the
whatever
management,
different tools, integrations,
say
bring
routing,
them in.
etc. And the data also becomes a mess because it's 100 different tools.
Yeah.
So you would develop them one software
that fits exactly
that
to
replaces
their
everything else.
specification, you know?
Beautiful.
Shit.
Man.
You all enjoy talking to him. He actually has a business and a very a highly investable business. So I managed to double my income, alhamdulillah, by Allah's permission. And it was one of the easiest things I did. Now, that might sound like a crazy claim. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't do it myself. How was it easy to double my income? Well, I just found leaks inside of my business that I was able to overcome. Literally money I was leaving on the table. And the reason I was able to do that so easily was because of my mentor. His name is Fawaz. Fawaz runs a program where he helps high-level CEOs and executives of Fortune 100 companies like Apple optimize themselves so they can make use of the money they're leaving on the table. He actually got me so sharp that I was, no exaggeration, doing 12 weeks worth of work in a day, right? His whole thing is about optimization and fixing leaks. Now, if you're a person who finds himself in a place where your business is cash strapped, it's not growing, it's plateaued, there's money you're leaving on the table. And sometimes you just need a mentor like Fawaz, who's done this for 800 plus CEOs, clients, and he does this for them week in, week out to help guide you through the process. It was the best thing that I did, not just for my business last year, but also my household, my family, my health, and my deen. I don't mean that as an exaggeration. It was honestly the best thing I've done for my deen in a very long time. And it just so happens that I happen to increase my income by 100%. So look, if you're interested in finding ways to find that money that you're leaving on the table and you want to achieve a 2 to 5x increase in revenue within 3 months, not through new money, but money that you're leaving on the table, I would sincerely advise you to book a call with Fawaz's team at the link below right now. I promise you, you will not regret it, inshallah.
Do you have any clients in your in escrow industry in the US, escrow and settlement?
Escrow and settlement, like, so just like fintech, right? Like,
Yes,
kind of
title
putting
company.
the cash
Yeah,
between
yeah.
accounts.
Yeah,
everything
title
like
company.
that. Yep. There nothing specifically in escrow, but like we've done a lot of work between like bank integrations,
Okay,
particularly, as well as like especially the use case where it became valuable was real estate.
Okay.
So a lot of the whole workflow of, you know, feasibility research, where we should build, where we should invest, what are the kind of all the data. But then beyond that, right, there's a whole workflow of the capital coming in, putting that into certain like accounts where they can deploy it, then the construction. And, you know, like, so there was a whole workflow that we worked across, you know?
Okay, fantastic.
So
The reason
some
I
exposure.
ask, and we can also discuss it inshallah offline, because it's similar to manufacturing. There's like 3 or 4 softwares in America in the escrow industry. They just like dominate, right?
Yeah.
It's so costly and still so old,
Very
so
clunky
dinosaur.
probably.
Yeah,
like
bro.
Slow
Like-
to respond.
Like
and
the best one is Resware in escrow, and for you to build it out to your specification is actually still not to your specification.
Yeah.
It costs like $100,000 to $150,000.
Yep.
What? And still, and it's just because of the monopoly of being regulated. It has to be regulated software. Then you got Soft Pro, Quelia, and a few others. All of them are so outdated.
If it's regulated, how can you create a custom one?
You can create, and that's where we can work together. You can get the regulatory approval if you have the right relationship. It's all about relationships, Chef. It's
and if you fit the requirements on around the security and other
Absolutely.
things, you know,
Absolutely.
But these are all doable things. It's
These
not
are all
like
doable.
it's impossible.
Exactly. It's hard, but it's doable. And because it's hard to get the regulatory approval, the payout is huge.
I want to pivot the conversation slightly. So this has been nice. I want to talk about employment. This is very important for business owners, right? So there was a huge scare that AI is going to take people's jobs. All these big CEOs, Elon Musk, Sam, everyone's just, even what's his name? I forget.
Dario. Yeah.
He came and said in like 6 months, you won't have coders anymore, right? But these guys are lies. Or they're absolutely misinformed because unemployment is not skyrocketing. People are losing their jobs, but they're getting replaced elsewhere. They're finding other jobs. 4.8% is unemployment right now amongst adults in the US, which is standard,
Yeah.
right? It's 8.5 for youth, which is, again, pretty standard. Radiologists, they said that, they were going to lose all their jobs. In 2026, radiologist listings have been sky high. We've just not seen this mass unemployment pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, like when it comes to the AI CEOs, keep in mind they're selling AI.
Yeah.
So to the degree they want to promote it, right?
Yeah.
That it's gonna dominate, it's gonna take over everything, right?
Yeah.
There's some bias there, first of all. So I think they have a sort of narrative that they want to create, which is everything should be AI, everything. And if you're gonna use AI, use mine, my service. But there is a trend of layoffs happening, and I do believe that there is a
But they
tail
seem to be
it.
getting jobs elsewhere.
Some and some are getting it in other industries, right? They're moving to, other firms. Maybe they're not working in the same tech kind of bubble. Maybe they kind of shift into
Something
a
else.
consultant role or something else. So there is a migration happening. And I think like the numbers right now, the unemployment rates are also very skewed.
It's not reflecting the right.
Because Trump actually has refused to publish the official numbers. So there's been some restriction and some lag there. I mean, just a few days ago, there was about 90,000 layoffs announced between several companies, including Coinbase, Cognizant.
But the thing is, if these layoffs were leading to unemployment at that level, there would be a lot more like chaos on the streets.
No, Sheikh. So is a lagging time. So I think it's that sweet spot of what I truly believe, that 12 to 18 months. A lot of people, just because we're in, surrounded by smart brothers and we're thinking we're doing AI, don't think everybody's thinking that way. I know many business owners, successful, have no clue. There's no AI in his business. He's not even thinking that. Very successful brick and mortar business in America. It will come. When it comes, when he catches up, he's the first one. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go home, go home, go home. So that hasn't started yet, because a lot of people don't even know. Yes, Sheikh, honestly. And the Pew research that I pulled out, a lot of people actually don't know. A lot of American adults are not catching up.
What was the research?
I forgot exactly, Sheikh, but there's a lot of sectors, like they're not using AI still. A lot of sectors anywhere.
Adoption is still quite low.
Adoption is very low. We are probably on the higher 5%. We, as in, let's say, the brothers we meet all the time, and we feel like, okay, it's all AI then, but still there's employment. But Sheikh, there's a big chunk that has not adopted.
Okay, so you feel like we haven't.
Sheikh, I know many accountants myself personally. I pray the best for them, but they'll lose their job, in the next 3 to 6 months.
But Sheikh, the biggest.
Literally, they have no function of being an accountant anymore.
But they said about radiologists, right? That was like the first.
I don't know about radiologists, Sheikh, but these things, accountant, you know how much. I'll tell you live example in Dubai.
Yeah.
2 years ago when we came, for all the companies, we're getting accountants, bookkeepers, right? So this one company we really wanted to get, but they're like, oh, we're busy. Let's do an onboarding call, blah, blah, blah. Like, and their schedule they gave us limited. I was like, what is this? I just go to easier company. Now they are chasing me now. After 2 years later, they figured out, let's go to our old database and find out what's the reason they're chasing me now 2 years later. Because people are realizing this could be done by your front admin person. You don't need a bookkeeper to do your bookkeeping of your 8 companies. Honestly, Sheikh, if you have the right prompts, right automation and things done, literally you're paying 3,000-4,000 dirham to your front desk lady. She can do your full accounting now of all your companies.
It's funny that you mention that, because one of the products we work with, one of our clients, is an accounting firm. They were like, hey, we want to build a product. We want to productize everything that we do. It's called Fortune AI, plug. But it's essentially this. We will analyze all your transactions from your bank account. We will look at the tax code. This is in the US, all the available tax codes. And we will apply the tax strategies automatically, because the rules are there. Like the tax code tells you,
apply better than any human.
Of course.
and it's looking at everything and does it like this, and we will file the taxes for you. Right?
But I know better tax code than my CPA.
But Sheikh, my argument is that you know how they say AI won't replace you, but someone using AI will replace you.
Right.
So when these guys get laid off, they just go somewhere else. And
but who are they, Sheikh? If it's someone 60 plus and they're not adaptive.
Yeah, that's a problem.
If they're 50 plus, they're not. Forget 50 plus. I know 30-year-old guys who are not adaptive at all.
Struggling.
Yeah, it was like, it's too much. They're like, I think.
So in accounting, just stick with that example, there was a whole role, Sheikh, for consolidation, group consolidation.
Yes, thank you.
Reporting. I had to pay tens of thousands to just...
That's exactly what I wanted to hire that company for.
This company, that company, give me a group level report.
This is exactly what I needed that time, 2 years ago.
That guy doesn't need to exist. He's gone.
He's gone. That's what I'm saying.
He should go find something else to do.
Yeah.
He should mow the grass.
Yeah.
Because that will take time.
So to this point, right? Like, I think it's difficult. Look, it's difficult to gauge reality these days, right? What is the true realistic, what's actually happening in terms of unemployment, right? I'm saying that it's difficult in part politically, right? The numbers are not being released. Like and also to some degree, media is also, really heavily reporting on layoffs, right? And there are significant layoffs. Meta announced another round of 15,000 layoffs.
Who did? Sorry, Amazon.
Meta. This is Facebook and them, right?
Let me ask.
So just to finish the point real quickly, it's just to say that I look when things are unclear, I look at like first principles, right? Like, what are the facts of the situation, and let's work our way backwards, right? If we are increasing, let's say, the productivity of each employee, right? Will that have a justification for businesses to hire less? And I believe yes, simply.
No, but are you familiar with Jevons curve?
So there will be more efficiency, right? or rather opportunities. So let's say the role changes,
Which
right?
will increase productivity.
Instead of an accountant, you have an account manager, right? Someone that like is going to use AI to do more responsibilities, or different types of roles emerge. I think the key difference, this is like the example of the horse to the automobile, right? That transition where new jobs come up in the face of increased efficiency. The paradox specifically speaks to
Jevons paradox, sorry.
Yeah, Jardev's paradox, right? Something like that. And it basically states that when something becomes more efficient, paradoxically, usage increases. Okay? So
because you think when it becomes efficient, you use it less.
You need less. You use it less, but the efficiency itself contains productivity that actually expands usage, right? That makes you want to use it more. I think the key, I could go both ways, but when it comes to the AI side, I don't see enough productivity increasing of role creation that can be more than what is right now. You see what I'm saying? Like in terms of current roles.
I don't understand that. Sorry.
So let me explain it this way, right? There's a certain amount of roles to fit the need right now, right? And so let's say you all do the AI enablement, optimization, whatever, right? And that causes a reduction of roles required.
Okay.
Now, the question of like the net loss would be, will the productivity increase create a gain that's enough to offset that loss, right? You hear
will
what
it
I'm
automate or eliminate, basically, Shah? So, for example, when going back to Brother's example from horse carriage to automobiles, right? It actually automated, but did not eliminate. You still needed people in the factories, but it automated the industrial revolution and everything. But with AI, I'm practically seeing it's eliminating. It's eliminating roles, honestly.
Yeah, that's
but then isn't the expectation that then more new roles would be created?
That's what I'm trying to say. But that's what I'm saying. Like the new roles are going to be just the people that were doing the previous stuff now doing the more expansive role, right? It's saying that it's going to push. This is what I tell my engineers. I'll give you a specific example. I tell all my engineers that you are not engineers anymore. You are engineering managers. All right. Every single one of you, from the juniors to the seniors, I'm like, you are now a manager, right? You are now managing your agent to generate code and to review it. And now you are not just accountable, because before the traditional mentality of engineers, I just own the code. I'm like, now as a manager, you own outcomes, right?
I love that.
It's not just about the code. It's obviously you have to think about security, quality, everything, right? But now you are responsible for knowing the business. I expect them to now prototype designs, right? I expect them to engage with clients, right? So when we talk about this, right? When you talk about typically in the past, there was a project manager, there was a designer, there was an engineer. That's 3 roles, right? But what I just described is one person doing the job of 3. So yes, this new role, as we describe it, is a new role, right? I can't call him just an engineer anymore. I call him like engineering manager, whatever. We call it agentic engineering, right? But that you still lost 2 roles, you know? You gained 1 role, but you lost 2.
So what I'm saying here,
with efficiency and production, it creates other opportunities that we may not yet be privy to, but that's Jevons.
Unless there's new responsibilities, right? There will not be new roles. So in the example that I gave of an engineer, designer, project manager, right, now being encompassed in 1 role, okay? It's not like new responsibilities have been created. It's just like collapse those responsibilities with the tools, right? Now, if there's not a new type of responsibility, of, let's say, an AI enablement role of like managing the AI infrastructure, right, in a company. I built AI brains, AI operating systems for a company, for several companies now, for my own company as well. AI operating systems. It means that like all the operational flows that are in your company, we will automate them automatically. So meeting notes, your calendar, your data, everything is automated. Yeah, your HR systems, whatever. That is a new role, right? So there will be new roles to manage AI pieces, new AI tools, technologies in your company, right? But again, it just comes down to what is the net, right? Which is will there be enough new roles created that will offset the number of roles lost? And that's where people are like,
Yeah, that's the question. No one really knows the answer to that. But if
Time will tell.
yeah,
time will tell.
But before time
yeah.
tells, though, what I'm seeing, and I think we can all agree, and maybe it's the mainstream view, and time might prove it differently. But what we're seeing, or what I am seeing, is that those that adopt and become efficient would rise up and become more responsible. So and get higher pay.
Yeah.
So they would progress. So the guy using AI today is now enabled or empowered to do the job of 3 people.
Yeah.
In your coding example, and the coding manager example, and the other 2, if they do not upskill themselves and they do not adopt, they would get eliminated.
Eliminated for sure.
100%.
So, question: China recently passed a law, right? If I'm not mistaken, it was
Yep.
China, which is that you cannot now lay anyone off due to AI. And I was thinking about that initially. I was like, wait, I feel uncomfortable about that. But then I thought it's actually beneficial on a wider level, because now it forces you to then upskill your team to be more productive with the AI, which now is going to prevent mass unemployment.
Yeah.
And it's going to force you to take a responsibility as an employer to upskill these people. Ultimately, you'll still benefit in the long run, right? But it's just, instead of taking the easy way out, which is, hey, let me just cut the dead weight, no, I have to now cultivate the dead weight and make it something that's actually beneficial. I don't know. It's like, yeah, maybe in the short term, a bit inconvenient, but I think on the long term, on a societal level, I like that. The most important department inside of your company is sales. And if you're anything like most entrepreneurs that are doing 100K a month, you've probably delegated away growing the sales department to some half-baked sales manager or a sales agency. That's exactly what I did, until I met Brother Usman Kiani, who is a senior sales consultant that built Richard Branson's sales team at Virgin Gyms. He trains the sales teams of Iman Ghazi and provides sales reps for people like Cole Gordon, and he has a personal relationship with the likes of Alex Hormozi. This brother, he'd said to me, Imran, you have literally delegated away the most important part of your business to an agency that's not going to have the same skin in the game as you, which is why my company went into the red in Q4 last year. After working with him, I'm making more money now than I ever have before in my entire life. You see, if you get a sales consultant who's got the experience, then guess what, guys? This literally is the most ROI intensive investment you can make inside of your business. In fact, he even works with some of the biggest names in the Muslim space, such as Abu Lahya, right? In fact, Abu Lahya is the one who made the recommendation to me. So, guys, if you're making 100K plus every month and you sell high ticket online, we're talking through Zoom, through Google Meets and the likes, and you want to grow your sales process through to the roof, then I would advise you booking a call with Usman Kiani and his team at the link below. They won't just help you with sales, they'll even help you with marketing as well. But marketing in the context of what? The most important function of your business? Cash money, brother. Anyways, look at the link below, book your call, and hopefully you'll dominate, inshallah, in terms of sales, the same way I and many other of our brother Usman's clients have dominated and benefited.
Tell us a secret exclusively for the guys that watch the ad until the end. If they skip the ad, they missed out on this one.
With regards to sales thing or what?
Anything. A benefit, a secret, exclusive, something scandalous. So a man will never skip another ad again on one of our videos, because he knows every single ad got some juice, got some sauce. These aren't ads anymore. This is sauce.
The only thing that's on my mind is
That's getting beat.
oh my gosh.
All right, on the next one.
On the next one.
I think many new industries either will be created or will be put on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I think healthcare will be one of those. Longevity,
Yeah.
anti-aging, wellness, those things will really pick up
Yeah.
due to the whole phenomenon of being more efficient, being more productive. People will just have a lot more time to spend on themselves.
Actually, there's an argument on the reverse, right? Which is that AI is going to make people more obese and more unhealthy.
There will be some people, Sheikh, because it's easy, they'll just sit home more. But I think that industry will definitely pick up.
Right. But you're speaking about AI in the context of also just, or you were saying also like now instead of being more relaxed or more easygoing, now there's more work. You're one person doing the job of three now, and all that stress as well. I think
So I can actually argue this one both ways, but let's just go historically what happened. Historically, before automation in the home, you had an individual who would wake up in the morning, clean the home, wash by hand the clothes, cook the meal, light the fire, cook the meal, etc. Right? Then take care of the home, whether it was a helper, whether it was the homemaker, whatever. Today, you have a washing machine, you have a fridge, you have a robotic vacuums, or you have a vacuum machine, right?
we're more efficient than ever.
We're more efficient than ever in our own home.
We're more obese than ever.
More obese, more unhealthy, less time.
Yes.
Yeah. Somehow.
So all this automation never gained us time.
Yeah.
It actually, previously, if you look at our grandmothers or something, they would do all the work, still have enough time to sit and discuss the entire village's problems.
There's a funny quote where it was like, I dreamt of the future where I thought AI would do my dishes for me and I would be doing all the creative work, all my artwork. Now I find out AI is doing all my artwork and my creative work, and I'm doing the dishes.
That's exactly, I think, the point, Sheikh. I think the difference is the labor was getting automated before.
Right.
Now judgment is getting automated. So that's the key difference. All these, from carriage to motor vehicle and so forth and so on.
Intelligence is getting
Labor was getting automated. Intelligence was not. You still had to pay the KPMGs and McKinseys and the CPAs to get your actual brain work done. But now this is getting automated. And labor has been automated. So this is a whole new world that's coming.
100%. I don't think anyone can predict
what's going to happen.
We can be argued both ways.
I have a question. So when it comes to tomorrow, inshallah, for our members inside the cave, you're going to be doing a workshop for us, right? And the workshop is about implementing AI into your businesses. We hear about this all the time. Implement AI, adopt AI. We've spoken about it. We said so many people have just not even adopted AI right now. What does that mean, right? Because when most people hear that, we think, start using ChatGPT, start using Claude. Where does a person even begin, to implement AI into his company?
This is the question, because AI adoption is sitting at like 8% right now. It's a colossal failure, and why everyone is also thinking like there's no way like the revenue and the valuations make sense, because people have not figured it out. So it's not just a individual problem. It's still the market is figuring it out. This is literally day by day, week by week, we are figuring it out. But after implementing it so many times, you come to understand like what are patterns, what are common drawbacks and failure modes that result in failure to adopt, and what is required for success. The biggest thing.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I was going to say the biggest thing has to do with not just building the tech, but figuring out how to change behavior to actually use it. Okay. So let me explain. I can build you the fanciest AI tooling, operating system. All the things are there. All the tooling is there. Everything is capable to integrate with all your data. Let's say your calendar, your Google Docs, your Slack messages, your CRMs. Everything can be connected. All the tooling is there. Now you can speak to the AI and it can complete anything. Great. If the person that is supposed to use it, let's say it's your executive, your EA, your executive assistant, or your account manager, does not know how to ask the AI what to do, how to do it, does not understand like, hey, I'm doing this manual thing, now I need to do it through this new tool, right? If that transition is not facilitated, it's just standard change management, right? You will not be able to successfully deploy AI in your business. And I put it into just three categories. three things to consider: people, process, technology. Right? Technology is important. The tooling needs to be there, right? But that's not the whole story. Where most firms, especially engineering firms alone, they focus on the tech, the tooling. Oh my God, fancy AI, whatever, right? All this model, this new model thing, right? Whatever. But they forget the people aspect. You need to get your team AI literate. They need to be trained. And right now, we're just telling people, hey, like, get a subscription and figure it out. But not everyone is able to do that. There's a lot of cognitive friction with using new tools. So training the people, upskilling them, getting them AI literate, understanding how to use it well, how to use it efficiently.
So where do I go to do this?
That's where. That's
you guys
what
do the
we
training as well?
We also do the training.
Oh, fantastic.
So here's the. I mean, this came out of like just wanting to deliver results. I mean, obviously we do the whole engineering aspect, but I come in as a fractional CTO, right? And the reason I have to come in as a CTO is why? Because it's not just about building the tech. If I want to build a long-term relationship, if I want to build a positive case study, if I want to have my own business grow, I have to deliver impact. We don't deliver code, we deliver impact. And to do that, we build it, we will then deploy it, install it within your company, and then we will train your team on how to use it within your existing process. We're not going to tell you, hey, like you now need to do a completely different new tool set, new workflows, new SOPs, whatever. No, we come in, we build a solution that's going to be installed as easily as possible, right? And then we train your team on how to migrate to the tooling, use it well, and then go through several iterations until they are using it and delivering impact on it, right? So that's the real thing here. It's like saying that people have been only doing like a little bit of R&D, a little bit of building, but they haven't completed the circle.
So it's technology. It's technology,
people, process.
people, process.
Process. Yeah.
Process. Got you.
Sure. On that, I've got one comment and one problem to throw at you, which is an opportunity if you figure it out. So, people, technology, and process, yes. So these are very similar issues software companies had with implementation. The biggest thing is you could have a Rolls Royce, but if you put a taxi driver inside, you're going to have a problem, right?
Yeah.
So they would tell us garbage in, garbage out. So the prompting, which you guys say prompt, it's all about the quality of the prompt in will come to the out. So you're taking care of that. The training, but some people to become, but this is a massive tool. So the individual using in the role can maybe be trained in an executional capacity on how to do X, Y, Z. But this tool that you've created is now so powerful that this individual's brain power or cognitive load may be limiting your business. So you may have to be actually upgrade the individual, get an upgraded individual with a higher brain power capacity,
more flexible, even more willing to grow and learn. Yeah,
because software implementations also fail because of
how rigid it is.
And people don't want to change.
Yeah.
They're happy to stay with the old, or they'll just complain. Anything new doesn't work. So you need better enabled or more capable individuals to now use this better technology. So that's just one comment. Yeah. But the problem I'll throw at you to, I'm sure there's a solution and you may be doing it, is you talking about SOPs, you're talking about workflows, you're talking about things in a structured business that has all this, well and good. You can come in and say, okay, khair, we're taking this and we're designing you software or a program around this and go run it and we'll train your people. What in case you came to some of our businesses where bro, we firefighting daily.
Yeah.
We know we need an SOP.
Yeah.
We don't have it.
Yeah.
We know this is the workflow in our brain.
Yeah.
But if you asked the employees how they do things, it's completely different. And that, if you can solve that problem, I think you'd be that would enable you to bring AI to the masses and unlock.
Because most
that.
businesses are actually like
Yeah,
most small to
most
medium-sized
businesses are that.
are actually like that.
Yeah. This is what I deal with daily. You know, I mean, as a fractional executive, right? I'm dealing with the CEO, and I don't like the CEO has very like limited time, and I'm working with their teams and trying to obviously get impact, right? But I can't get impact if I don't get buy-in, right? If I can't get them to commit the time and resources to make it. And you're coming from a manufacturing background, so I'll make this analogy, right? If you want to do maintenance on some of your machines, right? You expect to have downtime, correct?
Yeah, of course.
That is the cost of one maintenance and then upgrading, right?
But that's me, right?
Correct.
I know people in my industry that operated and never
Turn off the machine.
Never turned off the
Yeah,
machine
and-
till the day the damn thing broke.
I know, exactly.
then
And then they're gonna. So then let me paint this picture, right? So look, I'm not here to paint also AI or any of these implementations as like this magic pill, right? That if you take it, you wake up one day and you're just like on the clouds, you know, AI like magician, right? There is a real investment. I'm not here to sugarcoat it, right? You have, as a business owner, you have to prioritize what is right for the business, right? And sometimes there are trade-offs, right?
Yeah.
I accept to downgrade my capacity for a little bit to invest in the upgrading or the maintenance, right? And you know what? AI might not always be the solution. It's illegal to say that these days, right? But what I'm telling you is like, I'm not here to push AI down every single thing, right? There are cases where AI is valuable and important and has that 10x improvement, 50x improvement. And there's other cases where the leverage is not there because the opportunity cost is too high.
Brother,
Yeah.
for that response, I respect you. I respect you. I've respected you. I respect you more. My respect has increased. And the reason for that is practical life experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my early days, anyone would come and try and start selling this software, this tool. And this is the solution to all my problems.
Magic pill.
The magic pill. You use the word, right? I buy it. Go down there. Damn hell, man.
It's just the cost of doing
Another
it.
10. It always comes to you, bro. Have to fix your business.
Yeah.
Because if you don't fix your business,
Yeah.
no tool, no software,
Yeah.
no AI is going to do jack for you.
Do it. Exactly.
So,
So, yeah, no, I know because I've tried to fix people's businesses. I am not in that business anymore. It's just like at the end of the day, right? You look at the trade-offs, right? And as a business owner, you have to decide basically, what is the opportunity cost of me staying on my existing systems versus me reallocating resources, whether it's money, humans, whatever, right, into upgrading it, right? And you have to look at those trade-offs. But I will tell you one thing, right? Why this type of thing is so easy to disrupt. Not exactly in manufacturing. There's other moats with, the physical resources you'll have, but particularly in service-based firms where, let's say you're a marketing agency. Imagine you're a community, right? The moat is not that large. And if it's a AI native competitor where they don't have to do downgraded capacity, they don't have to reallocate and reshuffle things, but from day one, they are thinking about, I'm going to use AI for everything. I will be 10 times more efficient on everything, right? From my marketing to my sales to my fulfillment, right? That growth, right, is a real disruptor to legacy service-based firms, right? And that needs to be considered in the opportunity cost.
Sorry.
I can tell you're having fun. No, go.
Now I'm having fun.
No, I'm enjoying this. Yeah.
I'll throw a spanner in the works.
Yeah. I love it. Give me with it. We need some spice, some masala.
AI is brilliant. I believe it, etc. All well and good. AI, as of now, does not have judgment. And I don't believe it will solve that. It may get better over time, but I believe that especially for myself, it can give me the insights, it can give me the data, it can recommend. Maybe I'm just the one weirdo, but I'll always trust my judgment based on my experience over any computer telling me anything what to do. And I don't believe we'll get over that.
I think you're correct in terms of the mentality, and I think we should all have skepticism of what these things output, right? I hope more people have more skepticism, right? Because like the day we stop being skeptical of what these things robots are generating is the day I think like halas, we're done.
They control us.
The
They
robots
control us.
take
Right?
over the world.
Yeah, I think they want us to use it and outsource our decisions, our thinking, and that's like a whole topic.
You mentioned a point, right? That there's they intentionally don't mention
the mistakes they make or introduce even uncertainty, because AI, even when, let's say, probabilistically, right, they know that, okay, I don't have full confidence in the answer, they will give you the answer in the most confident way, right? Because why? Not because of they can't do that. They can't introduce in their system instructions, to introduce more uncertainty. They don't do that because they don't want the user to lose confidence.
because
They want to
every
use
response
that.
is based on a probability, right?
I can take a very weird take on that.
Yeah.
Are they intentionally trying to dumb us down? Which is what television was brought in for, entertainment was brought in for.
Well, let me
busy.
put this in a broader frame too. Like, was technology meant to make us more reliant
Okay.
on it, right? Because I'm framing it a little different.
I think that's a very mature frame.
Yeah, because like a lot of this technocrat side, we look at them as evil, right? Dude, they just want to make money, right? And money is the root of all evil in a lot of cases. But that being said, but like the kind of broader point is like, I think they're incentivized for us to use it as much as possible. And that's what they built it for.
I think reliance is
the reliance, if that is the key incentive, they will remove uncertainty from it. They will create a feeling of reliance, even, make it emotionally appealing, that you start calling it Claudia, right? All these things.
Richard Dawkins,
Have you heard of this?
the atheist guy. His wife, Shaitan, he insults Allah Azza wa Jal and everything.
Of course,
His wife died and he fell in love with Claude. He called her Claudia because she
Thinks
gives him
it's
emotional
conscious
responses.
sentence.
Thinks it's conscious, yeah.
He's like 80 years old, something. He's totally out there. But
So guys, we've unfortunately run out of time. It's been a very interesting conversation. I think the point you were saying was you've got to be skeptical.
You got to be skeptical and, have a healthy level of trust but verify, right? In terms of like, use AI, use it in a way that has the guardrails. You implement it in the right way. Maybe get someone trusted to help you out if you don't. But always be learning, always be questioning. That's what I would suggest.
Barakallah feek, man. I think this has been very beneficial for the audience, been beneficial for us.
Absolutely.
And I think we're going to get into some of the weeds of this stuff over the coming episodes, inshallah ta'ala, and discuss more macro issues and then even more micro ones on top of that, inshallah. So guys, make sure you guys subscribe, check out the Jihad's ecosystem below. If you guys are interested in his services, we're already working with him, alhamdulillah. Many of our guys inside the cave are already working with him as well, alhamdulillah. He's also a member of our cave community. So book a call with his team at the link below, inshallah ta'ala. You can check out his YouTube as well, and of course engage with the ecosystems of our panel. And if you guys are interested in joining our network, then of course you can book a call with us and apply at the link below as well. With that said, I got to love you and leave you, man. And we all have to love and leave them.
Thanks, bro.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.